So there's a lot of information coming down the pipeline that investors really need to watch closely. It's a dynamic situation, a lot of potential, but also a lot of uncertainty.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But that's what makes the biotech world so captivating. It's constantly evolving. There's always something new to learn and analyze.
Speaking of analyzing, we've got those two very different opinions from Maxim Group and stockinvest.us. So if you were advising our listener right now, which side would you lean towards,
Yeah.
and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. On the one hand, you've got, Maxim Group's buy rating with that $9 price target. And that's incredibly enticing. And their analysis, it was done before this latest SIL 204 data came out, so that could make their bullish case even stronger. But on the other hand, stockinvest.use's focus on stocks volatility and its recent downward trend is also a valid concern. So ultimately, it comes down to your individual risk tolerance and investment goals. Are you comfortable with a high risk, high reward situation, or do you prefer something a little bit more stable?
Right. Yeah. It's all about finding that balance. Weighing the potential rewards against the very real risks. Now, before we jump to any conclusions, let's revisit that recent stock analysis report and see if we can glean any deeper insights from that.
All right, so we've spent quite a bit of time dissecting Selection Therapeutics. Their technology, their stock, their financials, and even those clashing analyst opinions. But let's zoom out for just a minute and talk about the bigger picture here.
Okay, yeah, I like where you're going with this. You're talking about the what if scenario, right? Like, what if Selection actually pulls it off? What if they crack the code on KRAS? Exactly. It's easy to get caught up in, the day-to-day stock movements and all those short squeezes and everything. But let's not forget the human element here. What could this mean for patients who are facing some of the toughest cancers out there?
It could be. I mean, it could be revolutionary. We're talking about potentially transforming how we treat cancers that have, for a long time been considered almost unbeatable. Right. Pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, colorectal cancer. I mean, think about the current standard of care for these diseases. It's harsh chemotherapy regimens with all those debilitating side effects and frankly, pretty limited success rates.
Yeah. So if Selection's RNA therapies work like we hope they will, I mean, are we talking about a cure here?
I think it's still early to use that word. But we are talking about the potential for more targeted treatments, less toxic treatments that could really improve survival rates and quality of life for these patients. Imagine being able to attack the